You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that that we had the money to put the action in it. We took it to Miami. You know, brought in Olivia. You know what I mean? And Ken Jeong.
Yeah,
Make it funny.
More action, more Asians.
Yeah,
more
Asians.
Funny. Right along, too. It's a slogan.
Did you hear that little jab, though, Heather? Yo, did Cube just say we brought in Kim Jong to make it funny?
Oh.
Yeah, we brought it in to make it funny.
That's a jab.
What's that, a jab?
That's what Cube does. This is a jab. He's still upset about this whole studio thing. I'm telling you, it pissed him off. No, man, look, Cube, he's right. I think the dope thing about going on the ride along, too, is that you're dealing with two guys that came to the table before the movie even started that said, look, if we're going to do this, we want to do it right. And it wasn't about Cube and myself. It was about the project. So when it says the added money going into the budget, it was money that we felt was necessary for us to surpass what we did with part one. And I think in Ride Along 2, we did that, man. But you got to credit this guy for putting his producer hat on, for literally saying, hey, Kev, you know, let's not make it about us. Let's make sure that our foundation is right. And we had that foundation. And after realizing that our script was where it was supposed to, the studio jumped on board, man, and we really hit the ground running. Right now, I think our movie shows that.
So how is it when you brought up the script? Like, how do you keep the continuity? Was that important to keep the continuity about, you know, who Ben Barber is and James Payton, and you know you were going to marry his sister in part one, and in part two it plays out, right?
Well, you want our characters. You want the characters to progress. You know, you don't want to digress. You don't want to go backwards. But the dope thing that you were saying is, you don't want to revert back to the moments on part one too much.
Not at all.
So, you know, we wanted to recreate new moments. You give hints of what people may remember from part one, but you give them new memories. You give them new fine moments that they can go and grow with the characters. So I feel like James's story gets more interesting, as does mine. And that's why we added the ingredients of the Olivias, of the Kens, of the Benjamin Bretts, because it gave us a place to go within the arc of the story.
That's what I love about, you know, when you see sequels, a lot of times they spend so much time rehashing what we already saw, and they don't treat the audience like they're smart enough. And that's, you know, what everyone did in Ride Along 2 is that they said the audience is smart enough. They know it's a comedy. You know, they know these characters, and as long as these characters continue that we love already, then let's just build a whole new movie. And it's like, so it stands alone. We have these characters that people love, but the movie stands alone.
You play a pretty tough character, right?
I tried to.
You tried to?
Yeah,
all right. And your character has an uncanny ability to hit pressure points on people.
Well,
you know.
We were.
She made Kevin pee on himself.
Did she?
One scene, he peed on himself.
Little bit of shit came out one time. Little bit of shit came out. Q made us cut. He said, "Cut, Kev shitted. Kev definitely shitted on himself right now." I had some white linen pants on. There was no hiding what was going on.
We were doing that and trying to, like, what would be a place that would, like, take a man down. And Cube actually was standing there. He's like, man, there's this place, like, kind of like back in here. And then I remember I looked it up online, like, oh, yeah, there's a kidney point. So it's, like, right in. And Cube actually kind of directed me on that. He's like, no, it's, like, right in here like this. And I just kind of followed his lead. And
that's when I shat.
Yeah.
That's when you shat on yourself.
It was a little.
Shat ain't no word.
A shat is a piece of shit. That's right. Hey man, it's a little bit of shat on the floor. Somebody help me with that shat.
Yeah, it was a little nugget that came out.
That's a little one. It was cool.
Olivia, I wanted to ask you then, because every day I get to come to work with a guy, and it ends up like my brother. After a while, when other men come in the studio, move away, don't take pictures with HB. Where's your arm? Where's your hand? Did it turn out like that, being with them on set? You know, did you guys form your own family after a while?
Well, you know, when I first met Kevin, when I got the offer for the movie, I was shooting the newsroom the last season, and I wasn't sure if the schedule would work out or not. And then I met Kevin backstage at an award show, and instantly...
Spike. It was that Spike.
Yeah, at the Guys' Choice Awards, and instantly we were laughing and joking, and I felt like he was family right away. I felt like brother and sister, and I left and I called my reps and I said, just figure out a way to make it work. We got to make it work. And we came to set, and then hanging out with Cube, and like, this guy is like so calm. I mean, he's just like how he is all the time. People always wonder, but he's like always high energy, always making people laugh. And Cube's so calm. I remember there's a couple times where he'd like saved my life, where there's like lightning coming down. I'm leaning against a big metal bin, holding a gun. He goes, there's lightning literally coming right down. He's like, why don't you just back up off that big metal tin? I was like, oh, thanks for that. He's like, a lot of that. But yeah, it did feel like a family. It felt like you can collaborate and have fun. And
we broke the ice too on our first day, because you remember our first day shooting. is where she had to do that long walk from the police station to where we were. So me and Cube were standing there, but it's like the walk just took forever.
Yeah.
She was, and I was like, you want to stop that dumbass walk? Get to where we're going. So instantly, you know, she saw Cube laugh, myself, the director, the producer, everybody laugh, and she saw the environment that we work in, and it just made for that much more comfort, you know.
I was so uncomfortable to walk for such a long time. Like, you know, like there's some people that always know how to walk cool, and I'm that when everyone's looking at me, all of a sudden I just start to, and he was like, "What is wrong with
like
you?"
A damn robot. Come on.
There is this scene with Benjamin Bratt. We're walking, you know, in the mansion. And I have to walk through, and I remember do this big sexy walk all the way through, and that makes me uncomfortable. And so we do this walk down the stairs and walk through, and then we cut, and the director's like, Timmy's so nice, but he's like, I don't really, just try it again. I was like, okay, so I start, and action, and I'm like, coming through, being sexy, and just like, I mean, literally looking just like lumbering through, and then cut, and then Tim's so nice, he doesn't know how to say, he's like, just more like, just like a, do it again, but like a lady. And I was like,
oh damn,
right? And I was like, but he didn't want to say like be sexy because he wanted to be. So I tried again, and finally I walked in, I'm like, how was that? And Benjamin goes, 1 second, because I'm seeing it with my eyes, but he goes back to the camera and goes, yeah, it looks the same. No, it looks horrible. Like it just looks very manly. And I was like, oh, sorry. He goes, well, think of somebody. He's like, think of like Sofia Vergara. What would Sofia Vergara do when she walked in? And I was like, okay, I'll give that a try.
And did it work out, Cube? Or?
Oh yeah, it worked out. You know, man, she know how to walk sexy.
Okay. All right,
Definitely know how to walk sexy.
She knows how to walk sexy.
Without a doubt.
You got Cube approval. You're Cube approved. All right, so I want to open up the questions, the floor, momentarily. For we have a lot of listeners that can give yourselves a round of applause. All right. And so I want to play a classic that's actually featured on the Ride Along 2 soundtrack. See if you know this song. Sway in the morning. All right, y'all. Okay, we're broadcasting live from Sirius XM here in New York City, broadcasting across the world. We got the cast of Ride Along 2 with us right now. Olivia Munn is here. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is here.
Hey.
Okay,
Hey.
and Ice Cube.
Baby.
It's terrible.
All right, so we're going to take...
We all got our own now.
Oh, go ahead. No, go
I'm
ahead,
just saying we
Olivia.
all got our own. Baby.
Yours is Baby?
No, that's
Yep,
stupid.
hey, and
That's
yay.
Stupid.
We're a team now.
That's
Right,
stupid.
guys?
No.
Bring it in.
No.
Kevin,
Baby, bring it in.
anybody?
No.
You don't agree with nobody.
No, I'm a rebel. I'm out here by myself. A cowboy.
That's what's up.
That's whenever
Cowboy.
I'm a cowboy.
You know, Kev is slowly becoming one of the best dressed men in the industry
Hey, don't
right
say
now.
that.
If you
Hey,
notice
brother,
that,
listen, man.
Say
just let
that,
it
man.
happen. Let it happen, baby.
Boy, them clothes gonna get tighter and tighter.
Yo,
man.
hey, where we at? Where I couldn't get up. Remember, I had to confess to you secretly.
Yeah.
I had on some jeans. They was that tough material. So they was like, "Hey, come up here, y'all take the picture." I was like, "I can't get up there. I ain't no way this leg gonna bend right here, brother. This outfit was meant to stand still and take one picture and go change. Just say, I ain't got no bend in these jeans, brother."
Tight, man.
Ice Cube, you would never wear like tight jeans? Or?
No, I'm not into tight jeans.
Not into
man.
the tight
Not
jeans.
at all.
Yo, if
I leave that
saw-
for Kevin.
If I saw Cubans with tight jeans, I'd shit myself.
What's wrong with your bowels today?
Listen, if I saw Cube with some skinnies like with the like bunched up at the bottom, but you just try to spring it on me like, "What up, Kev?"
Nah,
Like,
I ain't with
what
that.
the fuck? What? No, I know you would never do it. That's why I would laugh. You literally you've dressed the same since I know. There is no mystique. There's no mystery. Cube, I know what he's gonna wear. Like this, I get it. It's who you are, brother. Keep it real. But that's how us gangsters are.
All right. We got Clee Carter in here. We're going to take our first question from the audience. Clee, say hello to the crew.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
This question is for Ice Cube. Have you ever thought about or be willing to do a movie with all the comedy greats in one movie? Most of your movies are comedies, and we'd love to see a movie with Martin Lawrence, Dave Chappelle, Mike Epps, Chris Tucker, Marlon Wayans, etc.
Yeah, I would love to. You know, I would love to do a movie with all those guys. Big fans of all those dudes, and to have them in one movie, you know, would be something that everybody would want to see. You know, I'd definitely be down. You know, it was an expensive movie though.
You do
$200 million to shoot that one. But I would love to. I would love to work with them guys. Anybody but Kevin Hart again.
Olivia, you say it'd be like Ocean's 13, right?
Yeah, it would be. You should do something like that. That movie cost a lot. And they made a lot. And I'll direct it.
Let me ask you this, Cube. I'm sorry, Olivia.
Right.
Out of all these great comedians you worked with on set, where does Kevin rank in terms of who made you laugh the most off camera?
Oh, man, Kevin's tops, between him and Mike Epps, they just keep me in stitches, you know what I mean, off screen, on screen. And, Kevin is just a very, very funny dude. It's not an act. It's not a shtick. He don't have to get funny. He's just funny no matter what he say, do. It's always, he's the life of the party kind of dude. So I love working with Kevin. And, as you can see, we have a lot of fun together, hanging and doing our thing, and I enjoy it.
Kev's very present because we were in the green room before the interview, and I was really excited to see them and really meet Olivia formally, mostly about Olivia. Kev sitting right next to the legendary Brooke Shields, right?
Crazy.
And I'm like, yo, Kev, what up? I give a pal, me and Ice Cube hug up. And somebody said, can y'all take a picture? And I'm trying to move Brooke out the way.
I said, no. Brooke should be in the middle, Sway. Let Brooke be in the middle. He said, oh, yeah, cool. And she got up and said, Sway, you do know that was Brooke Shields. I said, you didn't look bad. I made it look like you just tried to reconfigure the picture.
Now he's like, Brooke,
fine.
get your ass out the way. Move
definitely-
out the way, girl.
He definitely
I'm trying to get this
push
picture.
Brooke.
Who's this lady? Can y'all get out the way?
Who is this lady?
Almost kicked Brooke Shields out the damn building.
This white woman, get out of here! No, that's Brooke Shields, man. That's the
man.
white woman.
Oh, man, I blew that one. All right, we got
But
Philip.
I'll say that is how both of these guys are. That's amazing. When you work with a lot of people, then you get to meet different people at parties and stuff. A lot of people are like talking to you like this, but they're looking over here and seeing somebody else. Or when somebody big comes in, they ignore the person that's standing right next to them and they've been talking to. And never, like, these guys come on and they say hi to everybody, say good morning to everybody. It's literally, it starts from the top. And so when Cube and Kevin come on, they're so nice. Like, you don't. I was super excited to be a diva. I was like, I cannot wait. I want my room temperature water and all that. But you just can't be a jerk when you have these guys around because they're so present. They recognize every single person. They make eye contact with people, and that's what makes them special.
Damn, she trying to get that right along 3. Boy, I ain't mad at that, Liv. Get it, girl. All right,
We're going to call it Rice Along, and it's me and Ken taking it over.
All right, we got Philip.
When doing a sequel, how do you keep the story fresh while maintaining the story from the original film?
Asians.
You have to be committed to make a standalone movie, and we're committed. Like, if nobody ever seen the first Ride Along, we still want them to be able to come see Ride Along 2, follow it, and understand it, and fall in love with it as its own movie. So I think that's the key. You can hint to the jokes from the first one, but you can't borrow jokes from the first one. You got to create brand new situations, brand new laughs, brand new things to get, me and him into. So, I think that's the commitment, to make a standalone movie, and that's what we got with Ride Along too.
Okay, let's go to Susan Ligotti.
Yep. All right, so Olivia can start this since you guys have been talking over the whole time.
No, I want them to talk. I want them to talk.
What was the most interesting blooper that happened while filming?
It's probably not the most interesting to everybody else, but one of the most fascinating things was that there was one night where we had to shoot outside in the street, and I had to pull up in that truck and get out, and we had the entire street blocked off and lots of actors there, and we had to drive out, and Kevin was off camera on this point. Now it's just me. Now, if we finish my stuff, we can go home, and he decides to just mess with me off camera. So I've got to pull in, I get out of my truck, I look at him, and whatever he's doing behind just makes me burst out laughing every single time. And that's not just like, okay, go back to one. It's like, get back in your truck. Everybody move this truck, move this police car, move this. Everybody come back around. It's a big step every time. And every time, like, I saw a Cube was just like, Like, not like this. As a producer, he's like, this is, come on. And then, so I mean, and I say every time, I mean like 5, 6, 7 takes of like this in a row. And he doesn't stop. And he knows I'm like, please. I'm like literally going, please stop. And he's like, I got you.